Wagwan there, Zimbabwe. We back again. DJ's in the building, and it's another Farming Simulator 18 episode. We got Farm Beta, and today we're gonna be making that moolah. 3,700,000. Let me just get into my management truck. This is the black truck, the black mobile. We're at 3,720,000. When we start, let's get it. We sent the guys through. We're just gonna be following them in the black mobile, managing the thing. I mean, look at them. I swear, these guys. They disrespect their manager, man. How can you do? Look at that. Just go straight, man. But anyways, it's all good. This is the route they'll be taking. I will put a disclaimer that we didn't have our rhythm 100%, but this is the shop where they'll deliver. They'll drop them off here, and yeah, as I was saying, we didn't have the rhythm at first, so there was a lot of these hiccups. But I promise you, as we got into it, it did take a while. We were selling a lot of sheep. It did take a while, but as we got into it, it got smoother, the transactions. I figured out how to pocket better. But we started with 1,348 sheep, and they were still multiplying whilst we were selling them. So it ended up being about 1,600. I did the math, but so yeah, so now we're about 3,800,000. That's about the second trip. We sent them through. They were on their way again. The money is always going down. And like I said, there were a lot of hiccups, so we fast forward a little bit until we got a little bit better. My recorder stopped recording whilst I was trying to fix the stuff, but you'll note that like I said, the rhythm wasn't there, so you missed a few sales, one maybe in this one. So yeah, but they almost glitched there again. I thought they would, but they didn't. It was a very long process, that much I can promise you, but it was worth it, you know. At the end of the day, I think by the time we were done, we were sitting at about, well, we'll just see. Let me not spoil it. We'll just see how much it ends up being. So as you can see, it got a bit better now. It's a little bit smoother, less hiccups, but we still weren't at the maximum efficiency. So the day was over there. We continued at 4.3. New day. Sometimes we worked around the clock, but I did give my boys a rest. You know, you can't just make people work. It's a lot of sheep and a lot of sales to be made. So we continued, and we were off to a decent start. Yeah, they were now in a bit of a rhythm. The gentlemen were not playing around anymore. We were on our way, and without doubt, you could see already 4.4. Like I said, it's about 150K per batch, since I'm doing 50 sheep at a time. Today we worked around the clock since I gave them a rest, and we kept going at it on this day. But yeah, so midnight sales type thing, you know what I mean? This shop, I do have to hand it to this shop. They have money for us. And you see, there we go, more of them hiccups, but we fixed that real quick. Sorry about that. Like I said, you know, like any you know, whenever you're doing any kind of management of anything in real life, in games, in jobs, in whatever you do, whenever you're doing management, there's always some learning curves that come with it. As you can see, there's another one that was there. I needed that milk delivery to be made, but you know, there's just a bunch of learning curves that come with it, and you get better as you go. You know, and that's what we did. My team and I ended up with a really solid rhythm. I figured out exactly how to, you know, lay out the parking for them to not confuse each other when they get back, and also figure out how to keep it going so that they don't block each other's routes on the way to and from. But yeah, so we did okay. That was another glitch, but you know, we still managed to catch up. We didn't lose too much time on that one. So yeah, the rhythm got better. So if you're watching this and you're like, man, this is just some disorganized, I apologize, but trust me, we did get to our maximum efficiency. So we picked up where we left off after some rest, and the boys were good to go. So we sent them on their way, and you know, that's how it all. That's how it just kept going for the longest. You know, I don't know what else could be more profitable than this, but you gotta admit, I haven't really seen people. I thought they weren't gonna make it there, but they did. And I have to admit, I've tried selling everything else, I swear, in bulk the way I'm doing it right now, and nothing has really raked in that much, man. I mean, we're almost near 2 million now from 3 point. Okay, no, we're not near 2 million, but like 1.5. From 3.5, from 3.7 something, we're almost at 5 million right now. And by the next day, as you will see, you're gonna let these guys talk, and we'll probably pick it up at the break of dawn, and you will see we'll definitely be well within the 5 million mark, and that's already 1 point something million. And so the next day comes through, and we're already at 5 mil off our other transactions, of course, but we weren't far off the mark. So we sent some, like, as you can see, that wolf that just came back. That's probably what put us right into the 5 mil. But the next day we're at it again, and now, as I mentioned before, that rhythm was now flowing. So you could see everybody was just, uniform. You know what I mean? It actually makes me think, if the giant software guys could consider letting us customize, our paint jobs, maybe put some labels of our farms and stuff. Cause look at that would be so dope if all of those had branding on them. That would be so dope. But yeah, anyways, that's just a footnote. So yeah, the rhythm was now there. We're now 5.1, almost 5.2. Waiting for the homies to pull up and park again. Then I do the refilling. Like, they also need to automate the refill for the sheep trailers, because you can refill everything automatically, like the manure and everything, but I have to manually take these trucks to the sheep pen and then load them up and then send them on their way. But we still find ways around it. As you can see, we're now at maximum efficiency. We're not playing any more games, just making that moolah. Whoop. Talking too much there. But yeah. So you will see how filthy the whips get from time to time. As you can see, they've been working. So I do occasionally send them for a clean out, since this is online for public consumption. But, if it wasn't for that, that'd probably be way filthier. So yeah, we're now 5.3 and counting. We should be checking out soon. As soon as we touch 2 million, I will be expecting. I think that's the time I checked how many we had sold so far. But trust me, we made a boatload of cash off selling the sheep. So this is one of the best ways to make millions of dollars on this game. Animal husbandry, without a doubt. So we're back at it again. New day. Guys are back at it. Formation. You know what I mean? Homies ain't playing no games. You know what I mean? Just waiting to load up that moolah for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making sure they're doing it right. Making sure they ain't taking no detours. You know what I mean? Because you never know, bro. You can't trust nobody in these streets. Out in these streets, you can't trust nobody. So almost 5.5 and counting. I really enjoyed this, to be honest. This was a really good, especially once we got into the rhythm of things. It turned out to be quite therapeutic. After all, when you're just baling and mowing and baling grass after grass, and every now and again the price of wool is good enough to sell, but you want to hold out till it's good prices, so you don't make that many sales, so you don't see that much, because it's about 80 grand. you know. Okay, so we're now at 990. We sold. That means we sold about. That was by that time we sold about 500. Like I said, remember they kept multiplying at the time. From 380, so by 990 we're close to just over 500, and we have made 5.5 now. So that was about. Y'all can do the math, man. I mean, I'm sure people need practice since there's not much school with lockdown, and also y'all can calculate the math. 5.5 and 3.720. So yeah, but how much that is, I'm not sure, but off the top of my head, I think it's about 1.5 for 500. So we're probably looking at an estimate of about 3 million at the top, at the total, by the time we're done. By the time they get back to 500, I'm just gonna refuel up here real quick. Take a young, skinny dip. You know what I mean? For my black truck, I love this truck. You know what I mean? I don't even use it that often. This is a special episode. That's why it's out. It's doing the rounds, and yeah, 5.6 and counting. So we out here making this guap, and like I said, we're just gonna keep them going. We're not wasting any time. We've got a lot of sheep to sell. At least by this time, they had run out of food, and I hadn't been making any more since I was selling and managing the sales. And that kind of halted production elsewhere, because I just wanted to make sure everything is airtight and done to the T. So far Farm Data is not really pretty smooth with the rhythm, and you can see that the system is now quite efficient. We're now at 5.8, 5.7850, my bad, which puts us safe within the 2 million mark of the sales of this these animals. And I'd appreciate a few likes for that 2 million, you know what I mean, just as proof that I did mention it before, that I think this is one of the quickest ways to make M's, and so far it looks like you can see it. The wall just came through with an easy 80k for us, and we're gonna get back into it again with another batch of sheep to go. And like I did mention earlier, this took so long, and I still have like another 300 sheep to sell before I get to 500. So I think when I'm left with maybe 100 or maybe even 50 sheep, which will be one batch till I get back to 500, I'll probably then record again, and we'll just probably, by the time this section ends, we'll probably let me just send that through, make a quick sale for that milk real quick. I think that needs a wash too, so that'll probably happen en route. Yeah, so you can see there aren't any more hiccups that are happening with my sheep deliveries. So it's pretty good, pretty decent, you know what I mean? We just out here just managing, we just watching, overseeing, you know what I'm saying? Just making sure the guys are doing it right. So we're gonna work in through the evening for this one, and get ourselves into 6 million real quick, like it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot of M's, you know what I mean? That's a lot of M's. Let's just check if that happened well. Oh yeah. Sorted it out. So yeah, I did try a different way to try and be quicker, but it kind of got everybody stuck at the shop, and that didn't work out. So we went back to the usual system, usual routine. Apologies for that. Like I did say, management is one of those trial and error things, and you learn, you take notes. So we get back at it with the usual regular system that we were used to working with, and we're already 6.1. This should put us easy in the 6.3 if I'm not mistaken, just under that. But it's looking good, and like I said, there's still a gang of sheep to sell, so we definitely can make the 3 million total, if not more, which will be interesting to see. So definitely We're gonna check that out in a bit. But yeah, like I said, let me just finish up these sales and get it to a closer number to the target, and then we can check out what the actual figures will be. So yeah, send that wool out there, and yeah. Alright then, so we done did the thing. We sold the sheep. It was from 790 or so. We got them going on the second last batch. As you can see, we're now left with 550, as well as the 50 that are already being on the way to being sold right now. So it's been looking pretty good. We put this on super time lapse just because, you know, I'm sure by now it's quite monotonous watching the same process, but we're almost done, guys. We're almost at the finish line. And we've already surpassed our 3 million mark. As you can see, we're now sitting at $7,106,000. And we're about to do the last trip, and away we go. So yeah, this is the last trip to leave my sheep at 500 so I can start feeding them again and they can breed some more and I can make more wool. So yeah, that being said, we can look at how much we're talking as soon as the last truck makes its sale, which will be in a bit. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if it was dope. If y'all agree with me. It's kind of hard not to, but if you don't, or if you do, let me know. Hit me up. I'm gonna park my management whip back now real quick now that we're done. So we're looking at 7.253. So we could do the math and calculate that. And we're working with 7,253,000 less 3,728,000 roughly, and that's a total of 3,525,000. Not bad at all. That being said, holla.